available. So, good morning, Tashi Delek. Thank you for having me. Thank the organizers for this. I've been having a great time, and especially Fernando for his patience. So today I'm going to be talking about a class of geometries that are referred to as flops of length 2, which we affectionately call the conical 2.0 for various reasons. So this is work with Marco Fazzi and Roberto Valandro, who's in the audience. So the paper came out a couple weeks ago, and then I will connect that to an upcoming paper with Fazzi, Valandro, and Dave. So this will be discussed today in the talk by Valandro. So please regard this seminar as a very lengthy appetizer for Roberto, who will answer all questions and puzzles in far more detail than I will. So the idea for this talk is it'll be, hopefully I won't be making any strong claims. What I want to do is present a class of geometries, the singular geometries, that have been known for a while, but I believe have not received a lot of attention in the physics literature. And it'll be essentially an academic exercise. I will expose a set of techniques. Some were known about 15 years ago, but some have only been refined more recently by mathematicians, which has to do with the so-called non-commutative crescent resolutions of singular geometries on one hand, and how these can lead to what is known as a quiver GIT treatment of singularities, where GIT stands for geometric invariant theory. So it's a way of dealing with a certain class of the singular geometries where otherwise known techniques would fail. Okay? So this class of geometries, they're very interesting, so let me motivate why they're interesting. So first of all, I like the conical. And we all love the conical. So what do I mean by the conical? So they're threefolds. They're non-compact threefolds. Non-toric. That's why they're interesting. So they're conical. They have an isolated singularity. The singularity admits a small resolution. And therefore a flop transition. So the exceptional locus of the resolution is a P1, and the P1 can be flopped. But they're non-toric. They're not orbifolds. And none of the extremely powerful techniques work. This family of Claudiatric. They don't admit any of this. Now, there are some techniques that were developed by Morrison and his former student, Curto, that can handle actually resolving these things, and they involve something called the Grassmann blow-up. It's fairly complicated, but it works. But I think it obscures a lot of the interesting properties, like seeing the actual exceptional P1, following the flop transition through continuously, seeing what happens. And so that's where these other techniques come in that are actually very explicit, but have never been applied for this class of geometries. Another reason they're interesting, so the particular class of these threefolds, so you can create infinitely many of these threefolds. There's a construction by Dave and Kurt that gives you a universal family of these. So it's actually a sixfold, and then you can take any complex three-dimensional subspace of that passes through the singularity, and that gives you a threefold that has these properties already. So there's infinitely many of these, but the specific kind I'll look at happens to